In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know to install Mamava VaRoom Lockset and share some helpful tips along the way. Installation time is about 1 to 2 hours for someone with construction experience. Just a reminder that VaRoom is only compatible with cylindrical locks and can only be installed on wood or metal doors with a 1 1/4 inch to 2.5 inch thickness. So before you start, confirm that your door has the correct requirements. To install Mamava VaRoom Lockset, you'll need the following tools: a cordless drill, hammer, chisel, number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, tape measure, pencil, pliers, locking pliers, center punch, pocket level, light working gloves, safety goggles, and a mobile device. First step, prepare your door. Use the Phillips head screwdriver or a pointed tool such as an awl to remove the existing lockset assembly and latch. Measure from the edge of the door to the center of the lockset hole. It should be either 2 3/8 inches or 2 3/4 inches. This is the backset measurement you'll use throughout these instructions. Now, use a tape measure and pencil to draw a light horizontal line 9 inches above the center of the lockset hole. The line should be near the edge of the door so it's visible in the door hole jig alignment window. This measurement is important because if the deadbolt and lockset are closer than the recommended 9-inch distance, the key will not work. Next, set the door hole jig to match the backset of your door. Position the door hole jig onto the door with the alignment window centered on the pencil line and secure it with a thumb screw. Friendly reminder, the door hole jig should be 9 inches to center. Make sure that the jig is tight against the edge of the door and not tilted. Screw the arbor adapter onto the arbor. Then, add the arbor spacer and screw on the 2 1/8 inch hole saw hand tight. Install the depth stop insert into the hole saw, pushing the tabs into the holes at the back of the hole saw. Use the large hole in the jig as a guide to drill into the door using the 2 1/8 inch hole saw. Stop when the pilot drill bit starts going through the other side. Clean out the hole saw and finish the hole from the other side of the door. Remove the 2 1/8 inch hole saw with the depth stop insert from the arbor. Then, remove the arbor spacer and arbor adapter and screw the 1-inch hole saw onto the arbor. Finally, use the 1-inch hole saw at the end of the door hole jig as a guide to drill a hole through the edge of the door and into the larger hole. Now you're ready for the lock set. Adjust the door latch assembly to the desired backset by moving the spindle mount to the left, 2 3/8 inches, or to the right, 2 3/4 inches. Insert the door latch assembly into the hole with the angled ramp facing the door frame striker plate. If the existing mortise isn't big enough for the door latch plate, use a pencil to trace the outside of the plate, remove the door latch, and chisel the line until it fits. Use the Phillips head screwdriver to secure the door latch plate with 2 wood screws. Now you need to determine if the door is a left swing or right swing. Orient the handle on the front panel to the corresponding side for your door swing. The handle should point towards the door hinges. On the back of the front panel, make sure that the L or the R on the spindle is facing down. Insert one M4 by 16 flathead cap screw into the hole on the same side as the handle and fully tighten with the Phillips head screwdriver. Orient the handle on the back panel to the corresponding side for the door swing. The handle should point towards the door hinges. Insert one M5 by 11 Phillips head cap screw into the hole opposite the handle and fully tighten with the Phillips head screwdriver. Fit the 2 lower screw channels and the spindle through the holes in the latch. Then push the wire through the 2 1/4 inch hole all the way to the inside of the door. Plug the wire connector from the front panel into the connector from the back panel. Then push the connector and any excess wire back into the 2 1/4 inch hole. With the mat flush against the door, position the back plate onto the door so it's aligned with the screw channels of the front lock panel. For doors that are 1 1/4 inch thick to 1 3/4 inch thick, use the Phillips head screwdriver to secure the back plate with 3 M4 by 30 flathead screws. For doors that are 1 3/4 inch thick to 2.5 inches thick, use the Phillips head screwdriver to secure the back plate with 3 M4x40 flathead screws. Remove the battery cover with the Phillips head screwdriver. Then secure the back panel to the back plate with 3 M4x16 flathead screws. Install 4 AA batteries into the battery compartment and use the Phillips head screwdriver to attach the battery cover. Leave the door open and tap the touchscreen keypad to turn it on. Test the lock with the default PIN code to verify that the front handle will move the latch. Now it's time to install the deadbolt. First, rotate the deadbolt latch plate 180 degrees clockwise for a 2 3/8 inch back set, or 180 degrees counterclockwise for a 2 3/4 inch back set. You'll see a 2 3/8 inch or a 2 3/4 inch stamped into the cylinder where the pin stops when adjusted. Hold the deadbolt latch with the word top facing up and insert the deadbolt latch into the 1-inch deadbolt hole. Make sure the occupancy indicator is displayed to vacant. If it displays in use, rotate the plate to vacant. Next, position and hold the vacancy plate into the hole on the exterior of the door. Then position the mounting plate in the hole on the interior of the door and use the Phillips head screwdriver to attach the mounting plate to the vacancy plate with 2 shoulder screws. It may help to tilt the vacancy plate out to get the screw started. Use a tape measure to check the thickness of your door. For 2 1/4 inch thick doors, no modification is necessary. Skip ahead. If the door thickness is less than 2 1/4 inches, use the locking pliers to grip the drive bar under the brake line that corresponds with your door thickness. Snap off the excess length. If you have a left door swing, insert the driver bar rotated 45 degrees to the right, or to the left if your door is a right swing, through the hole in the mounting plate and into the slots in the back of the vacancy plate. Make sure the driver bar is installed fully into the vacancy plate. Turn it by hand and verify that the green vacant sign rotates to the red in use and back to vacant. With the vacancy plate window displaying vacant, place the interior deadbolt cover onto the driver bar. The turnbolt lever should point the same direction as the driver bar. Screw the interior deadbolt cover on with 2 flathead screws using the Phillips head screwdriver. With the door partially closed, use a pencil to mark the top and bottom of the deadbolt location on the door frame. Use a tape measure and pencil to mark the center between the top and bottom lines. Then, shut the door completely to mark where the exterior door meets the frame. Open the door using the key or default keypad code. Use a pocket level and pencil to draw a horizontal line from the center mark on the face of the frame to the inside where the deadbolt latch hole will be. Measure from the face of the door to the center of the deadbolt latch. This dimension will be used in the next step. Starting from the door outside surface line, draw the deadbolt latch vertical center line using the dimension from the previous step. Use a cordless drill and a 1/8 inch drill bit to make a pilot hole at the intersection of the deadbolt latch vertical and horizontal center lines. Install the 1-inch hole saw into the drill to create the deadbolt hole at the pilot hole location. Shut the door and test the deadbolt latch operation. Once the lock set is installed, apply the breastfeeding and access decals outside of the lactation room. We recommend placing the small access decal near the lock, aligned with the top of the lock, and the large blue breastfeeding symbol next to it for simplicity, or centered on the door for greater visibility. Then select the appropriate interior decal based on your door swing. The arrow should point towards the door latch or away from the door hinge. Open the door using the key or keypad code. Center the decal directly above the deadbolt and press firmly to ensure it sticks. Then, use a label maker or permanent marker to fill out the interior maintenance decal with contact information. If you want your lactation room discoverable on the Mamava app, take a photo of the door and interior of the space and email photos to fulfillment@mamava.com so we can update our app and help breastfeeding parents find it. Store your key tag and keys, mic or USB cable, and documentation in a safe place, not in the lactation room. Friendly reminder, be sure to vacuum up any debris after completing the VaRoom assembly. Now it's time to verify that app access is working. On your mobile device, turn on Bluetooth and make sure that you can access the internet. Download the Mamava Breastfeed on the Go app from the App Store or Google Play. Enable Bluetooth and location services for the Mamava app. Create an account with your email address, first and last name, and a password. If you have trouble with any of the following steps, contact Mamava service team at service@mamava.com. Stand in front of the lactation room with the Mamava app open and confirm that the location is visible on the home screen under Locations Near You. Tap Unlock to open the door. If you want to improve the accuracy of the location in the app, email fulfillment@mamava.com with the latitude-longitude coordinates or submit an app integration form on our website. Congratulations on installing a Mamava VaRoom and increasing support for breastfeeding. Visit mamava.com for more information and resources.